Hey friends, Julie here and welcome back to my channel. Today I am sharing 4 Dollar Tree Valentine DIYs with you. For the first DIY, you're going to need one of these home rugs that I picked up from the Dollar Tree. I just happened to find this as they were bringing it out, so it is brand new, at least to my Dollar Tree. And I loved the heart for the O in the home. Now, the carpet material is more of an indoor carpet. It's not an outdoor carpet kind of material. And it also had a lot of browns and reds and yellows in it, which is not a color scheme that I would like in my home. So I'm just taking some black acrylic paint and I'm going to cover all of the brown area with the black. Then I am going to also take some white acrylic paint and I am going to go over the already white home words. It was just very see-through and I wanted it to be a little bit more solid and bright. Now, after it was all done, I did end up doing 2 coats of the white, only 1 coat of the black. I decided that the heart, I wanted it to pop, so I decided to color it pink. Now, if you're doing a lot of red in your decor for Valentine's Day, you could also paint it red, or you could just leave it white as it is. And here is the finished rug. Let me know what you guys think about it. Now I do want you to know I am taking part in Heidi Sonbouls Friend Friday, so there will be a playlist linked down below in the description box that you can go check out everyone else's Valentine's themed DIYs. For the next DIY, I am going to be using one of these red heart signs from the Dollar Tree, as well as some Mod Podge, the dreaded bag of moss, and some florals that I already had. Oh, I'm also going to be using some of this clear finish, but you could also use hairspray, and it's actually not even needed. It's just to help keep the moss from breaking off and making a mess all over my house. And I am going to remove the Valentine's sign because I want this to lay flat against the wall. Remove the hanger, and then I'm going to give a really good coat of Mod Podge to the entire back of this heart. And then I'm going to take the moss and I am going to break it up as good as I can. You don't want the big chunks because then it won't stick as well. But if you break it up in your hand into little pieces, it's more apt to get into all the little tiny grooves and places where it could be bare. And then I like to go through and really mat down the moss. Again, it just helps it to stick and not make such a mess when you hang it. And then it's really important whenever you're working with moss in a project like this that you shake off any excess. And I'm going to give it a trim. And as I trimmed it, I did notice that some of the places along the edge pulled off, and I just went through with some more glue and secured some more little pieces to it. And this is how it looks all covered. Now for the fun part, it's playing with some florals and figuring out where I want to put them. I decided to go over on the side towards the bottom of the heart, and I'm just going to make a little grouping of some florals using some hot glue and adding in some greenery wherever I saw fit. For hanging it, all I did was glue a little piece of pink ribbon on the back, and I absolutely love how this turned out. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It could even be kept up for the spring season. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I'm Julie, and here on my channel I like to share DIYs and budget-friendly decor ideas. And if that's something that interests you, please hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you don't miss any future videos. And if you're enjoying these DIYs, please give me a thumbs up so that I know. It helps me so much. Now let's get to the next DIY. This is one of the simplest DIYs ever. I am going to take a plain white mug that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, as well as a pink and black Sharpie marker, and I'm just going to write XOXO on the side. I also played with the idea of making the word love with the O being a heart. You could do whatever you want to do, draw little hearts around the mug, whatever you like, but this is super simple. And this is where I realized that I wrote it on the wrong side of the mug. I'm right-handed, so when I hold my mug, I wanted the XOXO to be facing me, and it's facing away. So I'm either going to do the same thing on the other side, or I'm going to maybe do something else on that side. I'm not exactly sure yet, but make sure that you write it on the side that you want it on. Then to make the design permanent, you're going to want to bake it in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Now for the next DIY, I'm going to be using this welcome sign, some sandpaper, some glue, some popsicle sticks, and some wood stain. To begin, I'm just going to separate the two signs because I'm just going to be using the top. And as any DIY goes, you're going to see that I had to change my mind a couple of times on how this was going to work. My plan was that I was going to use this top part and I was just going to sand off the welcome, but that didn't work. So I ended up using the other side. And I'm also going to be using two of these metal hearts from the bottom part of the sign. So I'm just going to remove them. They remove quite easily. And as much as I tried, I could not get the welcome to come off completely. So I am just going to stain the backside. And after staining it, I realized that I don't like the way it looks, especially with the holes. It just looks really plain, like a plain piece of cardboard almost, and that's not the look I wanted. So I went back with some brown paint and dry brushed on it. I'm trying to get the look of wood. I think at the end, after doing it, I think I finally got what I was looking for. I ended up adding a little bit of black to the brown to make it even darker, and then I took the same rag that I used for the stain and brushed over it again. And I just kept doing it until I got the look that I liked. Then I'm going to cut the ends of the popsicle sticks so that they are squared and not rounded. And I'm basically going to do an XOXO pattern. And I also did not know what color I wanted the X's to be. I didn't know if I wanted them to be white, pink, or black, so I played with each of them, but ultimately I loved pink. So after giving the popsicle sticks a coat of pink paint, I lay out my XO pattern and I'm just going to hot glue everything down. Now I did decide to use the same piece of twine ribbon kind of rope that was already on the sign. I'm just reusing it and hot gluing it on the back. Here is the finished product. I absolutely love all 4 of these DIYs, but I would love to know which one was your favorite. Which one would you be most likely to remake? Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.